Hey everyone, it's Tiffany Cherie and I'm here again with my fiance Quintaris, and today we thought it would be fun to tell a couple of embarrassing stories.
Alright, so I guess I'll go first. It was the summer of my kindergarten year, I think, and I was about 5 years old, and everybody during that time at the babysitter's house loved swimming. And I can recall we all would just be lined up in a single file line, and we would just go through basically like a checklist sort of.
Yeah.
We'd have like our sunblock, water wings. We called them water wings. Some people call them floaties. But we make sure we have all of our stuff on before we ran out to the pool. And those of them who knew how to swim, they still had floaties on if they were young. But if you were older and you know how to swim, you just didn't have to have floaties. So one day in particular, the group of younger people, say like kindergarten, first grade, just in that range, like we all lined up one day and we got our floaties on and we got our sunscreen on, but this particular time I was in front of the line, so I was just so excited to go and swim.
Aww.
And she opened the door and I just remember running outside. I just ran outside full speed and I just ran out and opened the gate, and then I just ran, and I jumped straight to the deep end because that's what I did every time.
Oh my
But
God.
this time I just kind of sank to the bottom, and I remember, I can remember vividly, I opened my eyes under the water and I didn't have my floaties on, and I was like, oh man. So naturally I'm just kind of sitting here at the bottom of the pool drowning and
you weren't like panicking?
I actually remember I wasn't panicking. For some reason, I just kind of knew that
You were just like,
I was.
okay.
I don't know. I don't think death was coming through my mind, but I was just like, okay, I'm just kind of gonna sit here. And I remember, like, I was looking around underwater because I knew how to open my eyes underwater, and I just remember looking, and my babysitter just plunged into the pool, and she dove down to the bottom of the pool. And she just pulled me up. So I remember just kind of looking around, and I just kind of blacked out. And then when I came to, my babysitter, she was actually giving me like CPR, I guess you could say, because
Yeah.
I wasn't like breathing, because that's what
so
you do.
you like passed out?
Yeah, I literally passed out.
Oh my God.
And I just remember seeing her, and she was like an angel there, because I was probably gonna die if she hadn't come out and saved me in the deep end that day. So
Oh my God.
yeah, and that's the summer I actually learned how to swim because of that event. So
Thank God.
it was mandatory after that for me to use the pool at the babysitter's house after that, because I was a liability at that point. I didn't know this, but that's pretty much why I learned how to swim at that point. So
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's like, that's funny. Like, it's funny because everything turned out okay.
yeah.
But I can't believe you just like sank to the bottom and you were like, well, guess I'm here now. So my embarrassing story, I have posted this before and then I made it private. So if this sounds familiar, that's probably why. But basically it's the time that I went skiing, the one time in my life that I've been skiing. It was with the church group, my brother and my dad went. This whole trip was just kind of weird. Like, there was a chick in our group who like broke her leg like the first day. And then there was a kid who had like fallen from the little chairlift, like right on the bunny slope area where all these other like little kids are. So we were probably in our early teens when we went, but there was a bunch of little kids, and this kid like fell and like sliced his arm open. I remember there was like blood everywhere. It was just a very weird trip. What happened was me and my brother met these two other kids, and they were like, oh, come with us to this part of the mountain. And now this was our first time skiing, so you would think that we should have known to stick to the easy slopes, but for some reason we just like went with these kids like all the way up. I don't know how far up, I just remember it was a long time, and I got separated from my brother, and then I got separated from the person I had gone with. So we like jumped off, and we were so far up the mountain, it was just like snow like in my face, like it was just like whoosh, like going crazy. And I remember I tried to ski and then I fell. And then I got up and tried to ski more, and then I fell. And I could see people in the distance, so I was like, I'll just go in that direction. But I was such a noob, I was so incapable of skiing that I just like got up, fell down, got up, fell down. So then I just like stayed on the ground for a second because I was like, I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna sit here, like I gotta, you know, mentally get some clarity. And these two older men, they kind of like swished up and they were like, do you need help? We're doctors. And I just remember that, like, literally like probably doctors on a fancy ski trip, you know? So anyways, I told them like I can't get up, like I can't stay up. And they interpreted that as me being injured. And so they were like, don't stay up, what's wrong? Like, does your hip hurt? And like, I was like, well, yeah, like, you know, because I was falling over and over again. I was like, yeah, like I'm sore, like I'm hurt. And they were like, okay, she's got a potential hip injury. So they went and called the emergency, not the emergency, but like the first aid people. And they were like, you just stay here. And I was like going with it. So like these first aid patrol ranger, like, people, they came with like this like snow ski that they could drive, and then attached to the end was a wooden toboggan. And so they like lifted me into the toboggan, you know, trying to be very careful because I'm injured. And I was like, oh yeah, like thank you so much. They tobogganed me down the mountain, and they were going, I remember going so fast. We were passing all these people. And then I remember as we got closer to the bottom, I looked up into the air and my dad was going up the ski lift, and he looked down, and I heard in this mountain air, like I heard his booming voice. He was like, Tiffany, is that you? And I tried to do this to be like, I'm okay, like I'm okay. I was definitely like Tina Belcher in that moment because they took me into the like first aid area, and I was like, they were like, so where does it hurt? And I was like, like, kind of everywhere, I guess, I don't know. A few minutes go by and my dad walks in, and he has like a slice on his forehead and like blood going down his face.
Wow, everybody got messed up.
So the reason why he was messed up was because when he saw me getting tobogganed down the mountain, he thought that something was really wrong with me. So he jumped off at the next spot he could, and he was going so fast trying to get down to the bottom that he tripped over something. He like slipped over something, and his ski like slashed him in the
Wow.
So he ended up having to get stitches.
So
and I was fine.
Your fake injury caused a real injury. Wow. That's...
I don't even think he knows to this day. Like, I don't think I've told him to this day.
Wow. I think it's about time that we have this discussion at Sunday dinner or something.
That would be so funny. Okay guys, well those were a couple embarrassing stories. We definitely have a few more I think up our sleeves, so let us know what you think down below. Has anything like that ever happened to you? And please let us know if you'd like to hear more. If you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Please do comment down below and let us know what you think. We do appreciate you stopping by to watch our video. Thanks so much for watching guys, wherever you are in the world. We hope you're having a beautiful day. Bye!